Praise the Lord. Thank you for joining through this Zoom meeting. Today we are going to see especially Exodus chapter 2. Please open it and keep it with you. Today we are going to see especially the role of three women in God's plan. The role of three women in God's plan, especially in the birth and the rescue of Moses. In the birth and rescue of Moses, today's topic is Exodus chapter 2, the role of three women in God's plan. Let us see that. Who are these three women and how they fulfill the God's plan, especially in the life of baby Moses to rescue him, and how God used those three women, and how they obey God and fulfill the God's plan. So that is what we are going to see today. So I will share the screen so it will be easy for you to understand. Now let me share the screen. The role of three women in God's plan, Exodus chapter 2. Okay. So actually what we are going is the birth and rescue of the Moses. That is the three women and their role in the God's plan. As you know that how the Genesis concluded, the Genesis has 50 chapters. How it concluded? The Genesis concluded with the death of 147-year-old Jacob. That means he spent 17 years of his life in Egypt. Who? Jacob. How many years he lived? 147 years old. And for about 17 years, he lived in Egypt. Then what it mentioned? The death of 110 years old Joseph. So with this, Genesis finished. Then we came to Exodus. The introduction of book of Exodus, what we saw, the meaning, the word Exodus means going out or departure. So when we go to airport, you can say the departure. From there, the departure one section, arrival one section, isn't it? So the Exodus means departure. Okay, and what is the entire book has, what it summarized, the entire book of Exodus summarized three things. The entire book of Exodus summarized three things. Number one, how God rescued his people from bondage. Okay, then second one, how God formed a holy nation out of them. Third one, how God came down to dwell among them. Actually, always what we as a children will do, no, we'll concentrate only on the one part, that is how God rescued his people from bondage. That is until 15 chapters are there. After that, we never concentrate and we will never read preciously to understand how God formed a holy nation out of the people who are in bondage. That is also important. After 15th chapter, these things are coming. And then how God came down to dwell among them. That's what the entire book of Exodus cover. So three things. It's very easy. If you remember any time Exodus means going out or departure. The entire book of Exodus cover three things. How God rescued his people from bondage, number one. Number two, how God formed a holy nation out of those people. Number three, how God came down to dwell among them. Now, let us go to the historical background of Israel and Egypt. By the time of Exodus 2, a new Pharaoh has risen in Egypt who feared the growing population of Israel. As you know, previous class I taught you, during the time of Joseph, a king called Hyksos ruled. Hyksos are not the native Egyptian rulers. They are the native from some Asian country. They were ruling the northern part of Egypt. So they were not native Egyptians. After that, what happened? The native rulers overcame Hyksos and they captured the entire land of Egypt. So after capturing, these native Egyptian rulers started to fear the growing population of Israel. They thought they also once become like Hyksos and capture the entire land. So they started to reduce their population. How they reduce their population? By 5 means. The king of Pharaoh, Egyptian ruler, tried to reduce the population of Israel. First of all, they changed their identity, that is, from shepherd to labor. They were shepherding, now they are asking, it is enough of shepherding. In spite of shepherding, also, you have to be a labor of construction project. Number two, separating the families for construction project to different cities in Egypt to build the separate cities. Number three, weaken their body by harsh labor, they become ill health, and no for proper food and no proper treatment when they are hurt leads to death. Number four, Pharaoh put a secret plan to kill all male children at birth, and this command is given to midwife, those who help to give birth the children of the Hebrew woman. But they didn't do that. Secretly, they didn't obey Pharaoh. And fifth one, Pharaoh gave the open announcement to throw their own Hebrew baby into the Nile River. So this is what is going on in chapter 1. So Pharaoh gave this order to kill all, the order to all his people. What he ordered? He put a decrease. He put a great order. Every Hebrew boy that is born, you must throw into the Nile, but let every girl live. That is the order given by Pharaoh. It is there in Exodus chapter 1, verse 22. With this, Exodus finished. This decrease, this order created a circumstance of fear, oppression, and urgent decision making for Hebrew families. They have to decide it. If a mother give birth to a boy, they have to decide it to throw in the Nile River. It is a great tragedy. So this is going on now, circumstance. So the Nile River, what is the Nile River? The Nile River became the death trap for the Hebrew boys. In Egyptian culture, the Nile River was considered sacred. They worship the Nile River. They tell that Nile River is a goddesses, and but what happened? That is associated with the life and even divine power. So the Egyptian culture, the Egyptian people worship the Nile River because they are telling the Nile River only gives us water, only provide the vegetation, and by that only this land become flourished and become powerful. So they worship the Nile River associated with the life and even divine power. But Pharaoh used this life giving river as a tool of death. Yet God would use the same river as a place of Moses' rescue. Even though the bad Pharaoh king want to use this life-giving river as a tool of death of the Hebrew boys, God going to use the same river as a place of Moses' rescue. That's what we are going to see in Exodus chapter 2. So during that, so in this Exodus chapter 2, we are going to see the plan of three women in God's in that particular life of baby Moses. Number one, Jochebed, who is the mother of Moses. Number two is Miriam, who is the sister of Moses. Number three, Pharaoh's daughter, the princess of Egyptian king. So three women are going to play a great role. Number one is Jochebed. Who is Jochebed? Jochebed was the mother of Moses. Even though the name of the mother of Moses is not mentioned in the book of Exodus, but in the Exodus chapter 6, they started to reveal slowly the name of the mother of Moses. But in the Exodus chapter 2, the mother's name was not given, but only mentioned as a mother of baby or mother of Moses. So, number one is Jochebed, number two, Miriam, number three, Pharaoh's daughter. Let us see how they fulfilled God's role, the God's plan in the life of Moses. So let me go first to Jochebed, the mother of Moses, who shows the faith and courage. What she showed faith and courage, and her it is given in Exodus chapter 2, 1 to 3. The name is Jochebed, but she belonged to the tribe of Levi. You know, there are 12 tribes. That's what I taught you in the book of Genesis. 12 tribes. One of the tribe is Levi. So this lady belonged to the tribe of Levi, and her role is a protector of her baby Moses. And what is the role of protector she did? Let us see. Jochebed gave birth to Moses during the dangerous period where the king of Egypt, Pharaoh, gave the decrees to throw the all Hebrew boy baby and allow Hebrew girl baby to live. Not all babies who are big babies, big children. Only now, only after this degree, any during the delivery, any child supposed to be a boy, that boy has to be thrown in the Nile River. Not already born boy babies, they can live. But after this degrees, only those who are going to born after this degrees those boy babies are going to be thrown into the Nile River. So Jochebed gave birth to Moses during this dangerous time. She saw that the baby was fine baby, which not only referred to physical beauty, but also recognition of God's special purpose is there. After seeing that boy baby, the mother can understand that God is going to use this baby for a special purpose. Where it is written in Hebrews chapter 11, verse 23, by faith, Moses' parents hid him for 3 months after he was born, because they saw he was no ordinary child and they were not afraid of the king edict or king order. So the mother saw the baby. She already know that all the boy babies should be thrown into the Nile River, and all the ladies who are giving birth with her also doing the same thing. But she didn't do. She didn't obey the God's the king's order. Instead of that, she hid the baby for 3 months, because she recognized there is going to be some God's special purpose in that baby's life. So that's what Hebrew chapter 11 verse 23 says. The mother hid Moses for 3 months. Instead of obeying Pharaoh, she hid Moses for 3 months. When Jochebed could no longer hid him, after 3 months, the baby started to make noises and she cannot hid it. She got a papyrus basket for him and coated with tar and pitch. Why she used tar and pitch is that she's going to put that basket in the water, and this tar and pitch are going to be strong at the same time, is going to be waterproof, and placed it among the reeds of the Nile. In the Nile, at the banks, there are so many reed plants are there. Inside that reed plants, the mother kept this papyrus basket coated with tar and pitch. His sister, whose name is also not mentioned, but mentioned only in Exodus chapter 6, whose name was Miriam, stood at a distance to see what would happen to the baby, the basket. So, what was God's plan through the mother of Moses? Jochebed did not give her son, but she gave him into God's hand. Josheba did not give up her son. She thought that my son is going to die. Let it be. She didn't do like that. If she might have did, she went and threw it in the Nile River. But instead of that, she made a papyrus basket coated with pitch and tar and placed it in the reeds, because that means she gave that baby into God's hand. Number one. Number three, like Noah's ark, the basket represents God's preservation through judgment. In Hebrew word, the used for the basket is tiva. The same word is used for Noah's ark and Moses' basket. So the same word is used. So God is going to do some preservation. Her faith initiated the deliverance of people of Israel. Without her courage, Moses would never have survived. So she didn't give up her son, but she gave him into God's hand. So with this, what she showed the faith and the courage. Now what happened? Now next lady is Pharaoh's daughter, the princess. She shows the compassion and also authority. The Pharaoh's daughter has authority. She is going to use that authority to rescue the baby Moses. And moreover that, she's going to show the compassion. Her role is given in Exodus chapter 2, 4 to 6. The name is not mentioned in the Bible, but it may be, they call it a Bithal, which is given in First Chronicles chapter 4, verse 18. Maybe she may be called a Bitha, not mentioned in the Bible, but they are telling her name may be Bitha, which is given in First Chronicles chapter 4, verse 18. The role of the princess is rescuer and adopter. She is going to rescue and also going to adopt the baby. Let us see that. The princess, the rescuer of the baby Moses. Soon Pharaoh's daughter, at that time, the Jochebed kept the papyrus basket in the reeds at the bank of the river Nile, who came for taking bath. So Pharaoh's daughter came down to river to bathe, and she noticed the basket among the reeds. So she sent her servant to bring it, and when she opened it, she saw the baby crying. Then she felt compassion for him and realized that he was one of the Hebrew children. She came to know that that baby belonged to a Hebrew family. She knew her father's degrees. Her father only put the degree. What's the degree? The boy children should be killed by throwing in the Nile River. Because in the Nile River there are so many crocodiles. So when you put it, the crocodile come and eat, or the baby may be drowned. So she knew her father's decrees, but chose compassion over obedience. This lady is not also going to obey his father's decrees. Instead of that, she showed compassion. So when she saw that baby is crying and she showed her compassion on the face, and who is watching? One girl is watching in the banks. Who is that girl? That girl name is Miriam. That girl is a sister of Moses. And what role she is going to show? She is going to show her wisdom and initiation. She is going to do some starting work to rescue the baby, her brother Moses. Her role is given in Exodus chapter 2, 4 to 8. What is the name of the that woman? That teen girl. I can say teen girl. She is not a woman. She's a teen also. Her name is Miriam. Her name is not given in the Exodus chapter 2, but it is mentioned in Exodus chapter 15. The role of Miriam is watcher and strategist. That means she's going to plan immediately. She's going to watch and she's going to put a plan. What plan she's going to put? Let us see. Miriam, the watcher and strategist. Miriam stood at the distance, watching what would happen to her baby brother. When Pharaoh's daughter found the baby, Miriam boldly approached her and asked. She immediately went and asked. What a bold! She know that she is a princess. Nobody can approach the princess. But in spite of that, she went boldly and asked her, "Shall I go and get one of the Hebrew women to nurse the baby for you?" So she also came to know that princess came to know that baby belongs not to the Egyptian but only belonged to the Hebrew family. So with a great strategy, she went and asked, "You cannot take care of this baby. You are showing compassion. I know that, but I want to bring a woman who is also a Hebrew woman so she can nurse this baby. Can I do that?" She is asking one bold question. The princess agreed the suggestion. So the girl went and got the baby's mother herself. Who is the baby's mother? Who is her mother also? That is given in Exodus chapter 2, 7 to 8. So, what was the God plan through Moses' sister Miriam? Number one, watched from the distance. That's also God's plan. She might have stayed in the home. I don't want to see my baby, my brother dying. I don't want to see it. Maybe she's a teen girl. How can she see that the baby who was alive for 3 months be happily in the home is going to die by drowning? Nobody want to see it. But she's a bold girl. She want to do something, help to the baby. So she went and watched what's going to happen for the baby from a distance. Number two, she spoke boldly to the Pharaoh's daughter. Number three, she suggested a plan to bring a Hebrew nurse, bringing her own mother back. She's actually telling, I want to bring a Hebrew nurse. But actually, she is bringing the baby's mother, own mother itself, who is her mother also. So, such a great plan, such a great role she did it. She's not a great big woman like in the age of 40s or 50s. She's just a teen woman, like 15 or 16. That may be her year. But with this year, with this age also, she did a great thing to rescue the baby Moses. So, you are also teen children. God is asking you to do the same thing in your life also. You have to ask. God is asking to watch something. You have to watch it. God is asking to go and talk to certain people boldly. You have to go and talk to them. God is asking to give some certain plan to the people who are in great agony. And God used to give that plan to you immediately. Use that wisdom to give that plan to them. So Moses' mother took care of his own son. So unknowingly, Pharaoh's daughter told mother of baby herself to take the child, nurse him, and she would pay for it. Not only nursing free, she's telling, the princess is telling, I'll pay for money to take care of this baby. So the mother took her son and cared for him. So, what is him? How the princess act as an adopter of baby. Now she rescued the baby. After that, she is going to act as an adopter. When the child grew older, his mother brought him the baby back to Pharaoh's daughter, and he became Pharaoh's son. She named him Moses, which means I drew him out of water. In this way, baby Moses, who would later deliver Israel, was preserved and was raised within Pharaoh's own household. If he is going to be in the Hebrew home, he must have to do all the construction project as a laborer. Now, no need for him to work as a laborer. Now he is going to learn all the skills by living in the Pharaoh's own household. He is going to be a great learned man. He is going to learn the wrestling, all fighting, driving the horses, how to be intellectual, reading, writing. In those days, Egyptian has a great education system. They are teaching the children all best things in their life. So Moses is going to learn everything by staying in Pharaoh's own household. So this is what God is giving. So what is the character insight of Miriam? She was young but spiritually alert. She was courageous in a dangerous situation. So Miriam teaches that faith is not only trusting God but also stepping forward when the opportunity comes. Don't think that I have faith. Let God do it. I'm going to see. God is going to do it through you. So step forward when the opportunity comes. That's what Miriam is telling. Let me go to the practical application. What is the practical application? Number one, trust God when when you feel the situation is going out of control. Like Jochebed, you may not see the future. Jochebed cannot see the future of the baby, isn't it? But she obeyed and surrendered to God. Then God opened a way. In your life also, when you feel your life is going out of control, you just obey God and surrender to God's plan, and God will certainly open a path. So this question, this thing is asking you one question: what am I holding on to instead of trusting God with? In your life, are you holding on something without trusting God? And God is asking you now, don't hold on like Jochebed. Give it to me, surrender to me. I will open a new way and trust in the God. So, number two is a trust. Number one, trust God when the life feels out of control. Number two, stay spiritually alert like Miriam. Why? Watch for God given opportunity. She was watching for the God's given opportunity. Like Miriam, you also should watch for God given opportunity. Stay spiritually alert. You have to ask yourself, am I ready to act when God opens a door? God is going to surely open a door one day. You should be ready to act like Miriam. So you should be spiritually alert. Number three, choose compassion over fear. That's a fearful situation. You can either show fear or you can show compassion. But this portion is telling us choose compassion over fear. Like whom? Like Pharaoh's daughter who risked disobedience to save the life of the baby Moses. So sometimes you risk something to show compassion. So this is asking you one question: do I follow God's heart or the world's pressure? So showing compassion is not a human nature, it is a God's nature, God's heart. We have to show compassion instead of fear. So choose compassion over fear. Number four, believe God is working behind the scene. Sometimes God is not working in front of you, you're not seeing any changes. But that means God is not working. That does not mean God is not working. That means God is working behind the scene. No miracles are visible, but everything is guided. God has did some miracle to rescue Moses, isn't it? Here, then nothing miracle is happening, but God is working behind using three women to rescue the baby. So I have to ask one question: can you trust God even when you don't see Him working? He is not doing anything. My life is same. I am still suffering. My health is not improving. I'm not able to concentrate to study. My family is still in agony. All these things same. It is not changing. But do I trust God? No. You have to trust God even when you don't see him working, because God is working behind you to show you outwardly in one day how the situation is going to change. Number 4, believe God. God is working behind the scene. So number 5 is the fifth one is God can use unexpected people. You can think, oh, they are rich people, they are very powerful people, they may help us, they are going to do something to me. You can believe like that, but God is telling God can use unexpected people. Even someone from Pharaoh's house, anybody can use. God can use from Pharaoh's house, because Pharaoh only put the rule to throw the Hebrew boy in the nail. But the same Pharaoh house, one lady, one woman disobeyed the Pharaoh's decree and took care of baby, and they do the God's plan in baby Moses' life. So for even someone from Pharaoh's house can come and help you. So God can use unexpected people to help you. So encouragement is, your situation is not too difficult, and no person is beyond God's use. Don't think that my situation is very difficult, nobody can help me, it's gone, I finished. Don't say like that. The situation is not too difficult. God can use any people, any person to help you. So God can use anyone. If God used the Pharaoh's house to rescue baby Moses, he can use any people in your situation to encourage you. So from this we learn. So what we learn from these 3 women? Number 1, trust God when life feel out of control, like Jochebed. Number 2, stay spiritually alert, like Miriam. Number 3, choose compassion over fear, like Pharaoh's daughter. Number 4, believe God is working behind the scene, because Moses was saved from drowning in Nile River. Number 5, believe God can use unexpected people, even someone from Pharaoh's house. So the 3 women gave us the excellent 5 lesson to us, isn't it? So we have to not only just read the life of baby Moses, how it was rescued. We have to see the role of 3 women in 10 verses. It was excellent. They did their role perfectly. In the same way, God is asking you and me also do the same thing in our life also. We can see the life of Moses and life of Noah is go together. Before we saw the life of Noah in Genesis chapter 6 to 8, and now we finished the life of Moses in Exodus chapter 2, 1 to 10. How they are going together? The same word for ark. In Noah, God asked Noah to build an ark. For that, the Hebrew word for ark is tivar. That's what was used by the writer of the Exodus, Genesis, who is Moses. Now, God commanded Noah to build an ark to be saved from the flood. The same way, Moses' mother made a basket to save his boy baby. Meaning, both Noah and Moses were placed inside God prepared vessel of protection. Isn't it? Both Noah and Moses were placed inside the same God prepared vessel. What was a God prepared vessel? The God prepared vessel was ark, or the basket, but the Hebrew name for ark and basket, only one Hebrew word was used, that is tivar. So God prepared protection vessel for both Moses and Noah. Number 2, salvation through water. How God is going to save through water? Judgment turned into rescue. How the judgment turned into rescue? In Noah's time, the water, that is flood, was meant of judgment. God wanted to destroy all the people on the earth, and also living things, living beings also, which will live on the earth. Everything God wanted to destroy and kill. That was a judgment, isn't it? Yet it also became the mean of salvation for Noah and his family. But who are rescued? Noah and his family are rescued, but all other people were drowned. They faced the judgment. In the case of Moses, the Nile River was used by Pharaoh as a tool of death to kill all Hebrew babies. Yet it became the place of rescue for Moses. Isn't it? Exactly there only the Pharaoh's daughter princess came, and she showed compassion, and she became a rescuer and adopter. So the place of the tool of death place is changed into the place of rescue for Moses. So what is the meaning? God can turn even the dangerous situation into the part of the saving plan. For other people, it is dangerous. For us, it is a part of the saving plan for us to rescue us from the dangerous situation. Third one, God preserves the deliverer. How God is preserving the deliverer? Noah was preserved to continue humanity and carry forward God's plan after flood. Because only Noah and Noah's family were there, all other people were finished. The earth was again repopulated through the Noah and Noah's family. Isn't it? The same way, Moses was preserved to deliver Israel from slavery in Egypt. During the time Moses was born to Jochebed, so many ladies might have given birth, so many boy babies. They all died by drowning in the Nile River. But Moses didn't die because God preserved a deliverer, the Israel, who is going to deliver Israel from slavery in Egypt. So, meaning is in both cases, God protect a chosen people to fulfill a greater purpose of many others. In our life also, God is protecting you and me. Why? So in such a way, God want to use us to fulfill his greater plan in our life. Fourth one, obedient and faith. Noah obeyed God by building the ark exactly as God instructed. Moses' mother acted in faith by preparing the basket and placed him in the river. Both obeyed, isn't it? Both had obedience, both had faith. What's the meaning? God's salvation plan involved human faith and obedience. If God want to do something, a rescue in your life, it also include your faith and obedience. Without our faith and obedience, there is not going to be any salvation. So that's what happened in Noah's life and also in Moses' mother's life also. Both of them obeyed and built an ark and rescued the humanity. Then fifth one, a new beginning after deliverance. How a new beginning? After the flood, Noah stepped into the new world and started fresh humanity. He started fresh, everything fresh started for humanity. After being rescued, Moses would later lead Israel into the new identity, freedom from slavery. He is also going to take Israel people away from Egypt and to Canaan, where they are going to have a freedom from slavery. What's the meaning? God rescue always leads to a new beginning. If God is rescuing you from great difficulty, He is going to start a new beginning in your life. Don't cry under seeing the difficulty in your life. God is going to surely rescue you, and not just rescue you, He's going to give you a new beginning. Just as gave the new beginning to Noah, just as God gave the new beginning to Moses, He is ready to give the new beginning and thereby meaning rescuing you from your difficult situation. It may be your health condition, it may be your study condition, it may be your family condition, whatever it may be. God is ready to rescue you and start to give you a new beginning in your life. Then how Moses, not only that, how Moses' life go all together with Noah, Moses' life also point directly to Jesus also. Can you see that? Because both Moses and Jesus faced a king Moses faced who? Pharaoh. Isn't it? In the same way, Jesus also faced another king, Herod. They were babies, isn't it? But they faced two bad kings, isn't it? Moses faced Pharaoh, who tried to kill both of them, isn't it? Herod wanted to kill all the boy babies at the age 2 and above. The same way, 2 and below. I'm sorry, 2 and below. In the same way, Moses and the Pharaoh also want to kill all the baby just born boy babies. Both are same. But both faces a king who tried to kill them. Number two, both were miraculously preserved. How they were preserved? Moses preserved through the nail. But Jesus preserved through the divine warning and escaped to Egypt. He went to Egypt, and there he was. Can you see that? In Egypt, the boy baby are killed, but to rescue Jesus, Jesus was taken to Egypt, the place where once the boy babies were killed, where the place where Jesus was preserved. These are all the God's excellent plan. Number three, both became deliverers. Moses delivered people from slavery. Jesus delivered humanity from sin. In that way, the life of Moses goes hand in hand with the life of Noah. It goes hand in hand with the life of Jesus. So let me come to summary. During the time when death ruled, God quietly began his plan of salvation through three courageous women and preserved Moses. the future deliverer of Israel. Number one, Jochebed trusted God and put forth the baby and the river Nile in the basket. Number two, Miriam, who watched and acted with wisdom. Number three, Pharaoh's daughter chose compassion over power. So with this, I finished my lesson. Can anybody can read the memory verse? Hebrews chapter 11, verse 20.
MD, I can.
Yes, please.
Hebrews 11, verse 23. By faith, Moses' parents hid him for 3 months after he was born, because they saw he was no ordinary child and they were not afraid of the king's edict.
Another one also, read this also. Next memory verse. Yes.
Isaiah 43, verse 2. When you pass through the waters, I will be with you, and when you pass through the rivers, they will not sweep over you. When you walk through the fire, you will not be burned. The flames will not set you ablaze.
Praise the Lord. Thank you for joining. And you are going to